to everybody on Twitch and also on Facebook Live, warming that up as we speak. We should be getting that taken care of here in just a little bit. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick, and it is Monday evening. We've got a very quiet start to the week going on. Clearing out the clouds, that's nice, getting back into some sunshine for a little bit, but we're also seeing the potential of some more rainfall coming our direction as we get into the next couple of days. But for the most part, it looks like we are going to be doing some very dry conditions for a while, and then we get into the possibility of some more rain coming on through this area, but that's not until the end of the week, so we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. We cover the area of southeastern Tennessee back into around western North Carolina, back into across portions of the area involving northern Georgia. Let's just give you a satellite map here. If you're wondering about this, we talk about weather for this area of the country, but we also can talk about a whole bunch of other things. So if you've got questions, we'll do our best to answer what we can. But again, we're covering southeast Tennessee, Cherokee County, North Carolina, most of the northwestern quarter of Georgia, and two counties in northeast Alabama into DeKalb and Jackson counties. That's our viewing area. So if you've been wondering where we're from or where we're coming from, this is News 12 in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA, North America, planet Earth. Welcome to the show, and we'll give you an idea as to what's going on out there where it comes to anything happening in the way of major problems coming up. What's left of our cloud cover is dissipating. There's just a little bit left into portions of the area well back on up to our north and east of us. There's really not that much going on for right now to where we look for the potential of even more chances of rainfall coming on through. Most of what we're seeing again right now, very dry conditions. We do have a new cold front coming our way. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. The view from 2475 interstates in south central Chattanooga, looking again at some very quiet conditions. Usually at this time of the evening, with construction firing up back over into and around portions of areas on the left-hand side of this screen, we do pick up some pretty good amounts of backup at this time, but that is so far not the case at this point, so looking pretty good here on the Tomahawk crane and rigging camera. From downtown Chattanooga on the Bailey's heating and air camera, quiet, a little bit breezy. You can see some of the flags out there waving around with a bit of a northeasterly breeze, but dry at this time. Lee Point from Highway 153 and 64, lights of Lookout Mountain off in the distance, and a beautiful sunset from earlier on tonight. But other than that, no major problems being seen. Good quality driving out there for driving weather with no problem. Heading back to the News 12 studios, I-24 going back and forth through downtown, and Signal Mountain lights off in the distance, also showing again some fairly quiet conditions for the time being. Chattanooga Theater Center from the Speedy's Total Car Care camera, Patriot Concrete camera on the last camera I should mention. Thank you to all of our sponsors on the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam network. From the North Shore, winds calming down a little bit, but just enough wind to stir around some of the Tennessee River, and looking toward downtown, the aquarium, AT&T Field, off in that area. 71 days until we get back to baseball in downtown Chattanooga, so really looking forward to that. Our brand new repaired, thank you News 12 engineering staff, the Chattanooga Zoo camera is back up and going. But as it is after hours, there's not much with the lights on down in the zoo area for right now. But looking back toward Erlinger Hospital on 4th Street, temperatures again back into the mid-30s, winds northwest at 5, and temperatures on the wind chill side of things down into the mid-30s. Thank you very much, Matt T. from Riceville, Tennessee. Pepper the Weather Cat, a cat with a good taste for broadcast quality. Thank you very much for tuning in to News 12. That's our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. If you've got pictures, please send them in to us, pictures@wdef.com, or just email them to us again there, or drop them to our comments section at Facebook, Instagram, or X. Would love to see what you're seeing out there. Here's what it looked like over the last several hours. We did have a decent amount of cloud cover earlier on today, but for right now, we have little, if anything, left over that. You can kind of see a little bit of that left over parts of northeastern Middle Tennessee and northwestern eastern Tennessee. A few more clouds coming in from the west, but nothing that's going to be helping our chances for rain out anytime soon. What we are going to be looking for as we put this into motion is this high pressure area, keeping things decently calm, quiet, air around high pressure here, pushing off the shore and going from the land to the ocean. So that is keeping things dry, calm, and stable. Our next storm system is on the way. It's just northwest of us. It's a land-based system, so we do not have anything in the way of major amounts of moisture. Last week, the systems that we had an area of low pressure attached to it, dug down to the south, and then back up to the northeast. This one is just a cold front, high pressure blocking any moisture ahead of this system to interact with. So we may be able to see some moisture from the western Gulf of Mexico circulating around this, and that, by the time it gets in here, will be giving us the potential of maybe some showers taking place into about the possibility toward tomorrow evening. Tonight, no chance of rain, but we will be seeing the potential of some possible frost tomorrow morning. Temperatures tomorrow morning will be back in the lower 30s. There will be just enough moisture hanging around parts of the area to give us the potential of some freezing fog. So I anticipate the possibility of a freezing fog advisory from the National Weather Service. If you're going to email me and tell me I just made that up, it's a real advisory. National Weather Service has been using that since 2004. Don't email me and tell me I'm making it up when I'm clearly not. A lot of people have done that before, and it gets tiring after a while to have to explain to people how things actually work because they didn't pay attention in science class well enough. So yes, there is such a thing as a freezing fog advisory, and yes, we may see one here tomorrow with temperatures again going back into about the lower 30s. So anticipate the possibility of maybe some slick spots on the roadway coming up tomorrow. Our front arrives tomorrow afternoon, so we will see well above normal temperatures back in the lower 50s. And then tomorrow night, about the time we're recording here, we may see the potential of some showers. And then as we go into overnight, the green changing to blue over here, that is where we get, again, the potential of some snow showers in the higher elevations, Tennessee, North Carolina, northern Georgia. And that should be staying well to our east. I think with the temperatures the way things are through about, say, midnight on Wednesday, lower levels we'll see temperatures back into the mid to upper 40s. Higher elevations, again, around toward Knoxville, the Tennessee, North Carolina line. That's where we may see the potential of some frozen precipitation mixed in with the rainfall several thousand feet up. Down toward the river valley, too warm for anything but just plain rainfall out there. And then we get into Wednesday morning, chilly, yes, but not quite so bone-jarring cold out there. And then the moisture really disappears as we go into Wednesday afternoon. Probably a little cooler on Wednesday. It looks like we might top out highs in the mid to upper 40s, lower 50s across northern Georgia. And then by Thursday morning, we will be brisk, lower 30s once again. So possibly some frost, but not seeing any fog available. And then as we get into around Thursday afternoon, temperatures rebound quite nicely, more sunshine back in the mid to upper 50s and dry conditions there. We do have another cold front coming our way, but I think that one is going to be very dry unless it taps into some moisture from the Great Lakes. Don't see much of anything really happening with that anytime soon. So very good news where it comes to that for now. So we just don't see a lot of rain. Now the next couple of systems after that, as we get into the weekend, that will be our next best chance of rainfall, and so far it looks just rain, no winter weather, no severe weather. So it looks like it could be a bit of a soggy weekend coming up, but for right now it just really doesn't look too totally terrible. So what does it look like for tonight? Island Cove Marina and Resorts out across much of the area, seeing mostly clear skies for tonight. Furry fake forecaster day, as I call it. Nothing against the groundhog, but his record is terrible, so not really seeing any good idea checking out a rodent's forecast right there with no meteorological degree outside of Marmot Meteorology. Thank you very much, Patrick McDonald's Mutts comic strip for that one. So Groundhog Day on Friday, temperatures in the lower 60s, some showers again Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, but very limited chances on that. Then we get into the weekend. Not much showing up on Saturday. Showers begin on Sunday. Might be the potential of some flashes of lightning there, maybe, but that's still about a week out or so. And next Monday, a true American holiday, not like this poser here, National Weather Person's Day will be next Monday, February the 5th. It always falls on the first Monday following Groundhog Day. So, again, thanks to all the forecasters out there, whoever you happen to be. Welcome and glad to have you all along on this journey of meteorology, studying the Earth's atmosphere and the effects of which on the planet's surface, the people, agriculture, stuff like that. Really good holiday to have, and we'll be talking more about this the farther we go toward next week. But the chances of rain in between here and I think that's International Weather Person's Day, as a matter of fact, as well. Chances of rain best on Sunday and Monday, and that is really going to be all we get out of this. So no winter weather. Temperatures will be decently mild, so we're not going to see any major problems out there with big dips in the temperatures. There are going to be some colder numbers out there. Some frost, yes, but nothing in the way of actual precipitation coming up, so good news on that. And the chances of rain, not all that great. So it looks like we will finish up January with a surplus, and it looks like we might start February a little bit on the soggy side, but it doesn't look too bad. I'd say next Sunday, a good day to take a nap indoors and get ready for International Weather Person's Day coming up as we go into next Monday at this time. So thank you very much to all the forecasters out there. All right, now's the time to get ready for severe weather. So if you have not had the chance to do so, now's the time to think about taking Skywarn classes. It's nice to see the National Weather Service offering some outreach to the deaf and the hard of hearing community. This is a special workshop. This will be coming up next week, right after National Weather Person's Day in Huntsville. This is a little bit off of our patch, but when stuff like this gets issued, we want to make certain to spread the word about it, because it is so important to include everybody out there, especially those who, again, might get sidelined because of their conditions like being deaf. So this is a good workshop to attend. CART services and ASL interpreters will be included with this from the National Weather Service in Huntsville. And that'll be next Tuesday, February 6th, 6 p.m. at the AIDB Huntsville Regional Center in Huntsville. More information at weather.gov/HUN if you would like to attend that one. Now, coming up just about a day or two after that, the National Weather Service, again, 4 National Weather Service areas cover this location around Chattanooga. So we try to keep an eye on all of them to see who's teaching the next severe weather Skywarn training courses. National Weather Service in Morristown, covering Chattanooga and southeast Tennessee. They're holding another Skywarn meeting, the in-person version. There's another ability to take it online. We'll talk about that coming up tomorrow. Friday, February 9th, CHI Memorial Hospital on DeSales Avenue. Register for a seat at weather.gov/MRX. That is the 3-letter ID for the National Weather Service in Morristown. HUN for Huntsville, MRX for Morristown. So if you'd like to register for a seat, this is totally free. You can show up and take this because your tax dollars, my tax dollars, help pay for stuff like this. One of the best ways our tax dollars have ever been spent, in my not so humble opinion. So this is a good opportunity to learn more about what you need to know to call in information to the National Weather Service when there is severe weather. This is a spotter's course. This is not a chase course. I know some people out there are going to say, well, duh, you don't have to tell us that. Well, it's nice to be able to delineate that and to show what to be expecting when you show up. So when you get there, you can learn a little bit more about what to call back to the National Weather Service on your cell phone. Amateur radio operators, again, using the radio frequencies out there. EMTs, fire, sheriff, police, being able to relay stuff through their radio dispatch centers about what goes on. This will teach you what to look for when severe weather hits. Again, you see something going on, that matches the criteria of severe weather that you will learn in this course, call that into the National Weather Service and say, this is John or Jane Smith calling in from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm seeing a wall cloud, I'm seeing baseball-sized hail. Let me just give you an idea as to why we do this. Because the information that we have on the radar, that's great. We can see the rotation, we can see possible hail sizes, but what we need is what is up here with the rain. We need people down here on the ground to be able to give us ground truth as to what is going on. So if we have, let's say, and let's get close up on this for right now, let's say that you're around the Collegedale area and you see something passing over this direction heading northwest. This is something that the National Weather Service can use to give us an idea as to what is going on. So you call in, say this is John or Jane Smith, and what we're looking at is a storm here moving this direction. Let's say it's going pretty quickly northeast at about 50 miles per hour. So in this case, you're here, the storm is heading this way. So for around the area of Walden, Red Bank, Chattanooga, this storm is just past there and heading away. So if you are here and you're noticing what's going on, the National Weather Service can issue a warning based on your information and what they see on radar to see what's going on here as the storm goes this direction and maybe fans out a little bit. That's why you have the polygon here instead of just a straight line. This line here shows the people who are in the line of this. In this case, hypothetically, it'd be Cleveland within about another 15 minutes, Charleston within roughly about another half an hour, and then if you are up around Benton, Etowah, Athens, I-75, this may be heading your direction as well. So just based on your report down here around the area of where the storm is located, the National Weather Service can give us an idea as to where the storm is going, how fast it is going, what the threat might be, and issue a warning for this area. Again, based on what you are telling us is happening from your particular location. Because you give the National Weather Service your phone information, they can call you and say, are you in vicinity of this storm? If so, what do you see? That is going to be a great benefit, so they can contact you as well as you being able to contact them. So nice two-way communication on that. That is why it is so important to get the information out and to know what you are looking for. That's one of the best things that you can possibly do to help on stuff like that. So if you're in Hamilton County and Chattanooga, please consider attending Friday, February 9th. Again, about an hour and a half. Again, it depends on how many questions are asked and answered. They usually take a break, so you can take a little bit of an opportunity to digest what goes on and to kind of catch your breath, and then you can ask questions toward the end. So hour and a half of time to be able to help your community at a time when it really needs help. It's a great opportunity to do so. Okay, so that was Chattanooga. One of the other ones from National Weather Service Morristown will be taught in Bradley County, Tennessee, in Cleveland, Tennessee, coming up a few days after that on February 15th, Thursday, 6 p.m. at the Bradley County 911 Center on Guthrie Drive in Cleveland. Again, register for a seat at weather.gov/MRX. So if you have that available, please consider doing that and becoming a Skywarn volunteer. That would really come in handy. If you have any remembrances, photos, any scribbles from family members, photographs, proof of debris, video from that time, even though there weren't quite that many film cameras around at the time, the National Weather Service in Morristown would like to put together another story map presentation similar to the one they did on the blizzard of 1993, the superstorm. If you've got information that can help remember the 50th anniversary of the 1974 super tornado outbreak, that's coming up in just a couple of months. Matter of fact, just about 2 months away from that 50th anniversary. If you've got information, contact Mr. Jeremy Buckles at the National Weather Service in Morristown, jeremy.buckles@NOAA.gov, and they can take all that information and make a nice little kind of video, audio, writing time capsule and show a little bit more about what it was like. These are really great remembrances to get involved in. This is a good example of citizen science. If you've never participated in this before, this is a good way to take part in that. So if you've got samples of that, remembering those terrible days in '74, I was 6. So I was well over in Topeka, Kansas, so I don't remember a lot of this myself. But if you do, here's your opportunity to contribute to a great piece of local weather history. So please consider helping out on that if you possibly can. The UTC Clarence T. Jones Observatory next star party will be coming up this coming Sunday, February the 4th, right before International Weather Person's Day. Gates open at 5:30 at 10 Tuxedo Avenue. Topics will be, again, the moons of Jupiter. Yes, we've said that for the last 3 weeks, but Jupiter's got a lot of moons, so there's a lot to go through. And the constellation to be featured will be that of constellation of Gemini, the twins. More information, facebook.com/UTC Jones Observatory. Glad they're back operating again after a small fire last year. Had some conditions with that. One of these days I'm going to be able to show up and hopefully see what's going on here, but that's coming up this particular Sunday. The Barnard Astronomical Society will be holding another star party coming up. Let me see here. This will be February 10th. That will be, again, coming up in about a couple of weeks. So if you'd like to see what the Barnard Astronomical Society is seeing through their telescopes, Harrison Bay State Park, barnardastronomy.org. Again, February 10th, that's a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, 6 to 10 p.m., weather permitting. We'll keep you updated on the weather as we go throughout the next several weeks, so stay tuned again for more on that. Head to WDEF.com. We'll help you learn how to program your weather alert radio so that you can stay safe now when nothing is going on. That's the time to get ready for severe weather. So let us help you do this. WDEF.com/weather for more information on that. Let me check and see if anybody's checking in with any questions. It looks like it's pretty quiet on the interwebs tonight, being a Monday. So for right now, we have nothing in the stream chat from Twitch, and so far no questions from anybody into and around the comment section here on Facebook Live either. So again, if you have any questions, let us know. If you'd like to check out what's going on out there when it comes to weather or information, you can contact anybody and everybody at News 12 here, WDEF.com/weather for more information on what's happening. Again, we're on Facebook and Twitch here. We're also on YouTube. We post everything to YouTube so you can see it whenever you want to. And if you got information about upcoming events or stuff you think may be newsworthy, get on the website and let us know. We can't just know about things. You have to be able to tell us about what's going on. So if you've got the information, something may be newsworthy, give us as much time as possible. The day before, the hour before an event happens, you may not get any coverage. We can't guarantee you getting coverage anyway, but if you have something that's available and it's a quiet news day, you might get your group featured on air, depending on what goes on. So please let us know ahead of time as much as possible, and we'd be glad to see what is going on out there. So if we can cover that, whatever your event is, and bring that to you as we go through the next several days and weeks. 90% of our story ideas come from you, the viewing public. So if you've got something that might be of interest, please let us know. We would love to see exactly what's going on with you out there. And of course, forecast information, sports, local events, updates on everything. That's all available at our website at WDEF.com. Again, freezing fog potential in the morning. I would anticipate some slick spots. I would also really recommend checking in with Time Saver Traffic and our own Chip Chapman to see what's going on out there. If there are any slick spots or slowdowns, before you get on the roadway is going to be the time to figure that out. So join Chip tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Time, and he'll bring you updates along with the rest of the crew to show you what's going on when it comes to weather and Time Saver Traffic out there. That should do it. Again, email address here, aonic@wdef.com. Thanks for joining us for Weather Overtime from the News 12 studios, live and direct in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee. just past 10 o'clock Eastern Time on Monday, the 29th of January. We'll have more tonight on News 12 at 11, Ships in the morning, and I'll be back tomorrow night with another update. Let's be careful out there, and again, I hope you have a quiet, safe Tuesday, and stay tuned for more with News 12 online and on air, and we'll check in with you a little bit later on.